Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Purple Curtain Tarot. I'm Donna and today we're going to do this pick a card reading. This is going to be a little different. It's going to be about, we're going to look at how others see you, how you see yourself, and really who you truly are, your true essence at this time. So, without further ado, we're going to ask you to pick a card here, pick a crystal. We have the Selenite Tower for pile number 1. Card number 2, we have the Amethyst. And pile number 3, we have this Smokey Quartz heart. So choose whichever you're most drawn to. Pile number 1, Selenite. Pile number 2 with the Amethyst. Pile number 3 with the Smokey Quartz heart. And we'll see you below in the timestamps. So hello there, those who chose pile number 1 with the Selenite. I'm going to pull these cards over here because I don't want to use those just yet. This is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to look at, I'm going to use these cards here. The first part of this, I'm looking at how you appear to others, how you look to others. And this is not meant for you to get self-critical or to think you need to change anything about yourself or self-conscious. This will help you to understand how other people react and respond to you based on how they see you. Okay, so maybe just to help you understand, because I know sometimes we don't understand how someone's responding to us, and we wonder, and we're like, why are they acting like that to me, and it's because they're seeing you very differently than how you feel about yourself sometimes. And your first card that comes out is interesting because the first card comes out here, it's your heart chakra. And so people might see you as having a really big heart, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so we're going to look at that. People see you as having a big heart. Loving person with a big heart who's caring. And they see you as being aware. So people probably come to you, if you chose this reading, as someone who's very aware of themselves, very aware of spiritual things, aware of the world around you, and someone with a really strong intuition. So you might be someone people actually come to for readings and things like that, or for counseling. You may do some kind of counseling work, something of that nature, because people do see you as someone who has plenty of treasure to offer them in that way of through your heart space and through your guidance and your intuition. They see you as someone who has deep knowing. Wow, you must be somebody. And someone who also, though, some might also see you as being a little bit rigid, though, in some ways, because someone who goes by the book and doesn't want to rock the boat. So they see you as spiritual. They see you as being highly intuitive. They see you as knowing a lot, as wise. And they come to you for advice, or they feel like your advice is worthy of them to consider, but they also feel like you might be a bit rigid in some ways. Some people might see you as being a bit rigid, and so, which is fine, because they still seem to want to come to you, and they see you as someone who's thoughtful, who looks at things from different points of view, who's objective. Wow, you have a good reputation here with people. Here's that part here with the rigid. They might see you as being a bit, very logical, and maybe with the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, they see you as grounded. They see you as someone who's very practical also, and see you as someone who's in control of yourself and your life. So that's how people are seeing you there. But they also, some people might see you as sometimes as being a bit aloof or being a bit undecided and indecisive about things when it comes to your own life. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these. We pulled this off. That's interesting. So that's how others see you. Okay, that's a glimpse at how others see you. So you might be asking yourself, why do people see me like that? Let's see if you match up with how others see you. Let's see how well you match up with that. All right, because you could be very in balance and really seeing yourself much the way others do, or you could be seeing yourself very differently than others do. So let's see. How do we see ourselves? Pile number 1. How do we see yourself? How do you feel? How do you see yourself? All right. So how do we see ourselves? Pile number 2, we see ourselves transforming. We see ourselves transforming. We see ourselves as someone who grows, who's open to learning and growing. So being objective and learning and growing and open and not thinking we know it all. So, maybe that is, you see yourself as spiritual and also a balance between material and spiritual. So that kind of does go along with that. We saw that Queen of Pentacles, that very earthly, grounded, logical, practical, and we also saw that very highly spiritual. So we have, we see ourselves as being grounded and focused on both the earthly, human needs and things, or money and finances, prosperity, and also being very spiritual at the same time. So you feel balanced. You feel like you're balanced between those things, and you feel like powerful. You feel empowered in some way, so that's good. You're getting some good cards here for how you feel about yourself, which is awesome. But you have, well, it says you're transforming. So how you're seeing yourself at this point in time is changing. You're changing. You're transforming. Your winds of change are blowing. So you're in the midst of a change. And that's kind of what you're focusing on and how you're seeing yourself right now at this time. You see yourself, again, as having the ability to care for yourself, milk and honey, provide for yourself, and also be spiritual. You also see yourself as healing and mending, which is making you feel more empowered because you feel like you're healing and you're mending there in some ways. So what else do we feel about ourselves? Let's see what else we feel about ourselves. I feel like we're a work in progress, I want to say, because you are transforming and mending. And so, again, you don't really think you're the know-it-all and all that. Like I said already, you're open to suggestions. You've been looking within. You're very mystical and mysterious, even some ways to yourself. I think there are parts of yourself still you don't truly understand. You feel a little bit, a little conflicted. There it comes out as soon as I was about to say the word. So you have some areas of your life, areas of yourself where you're feeling a little bit conflicted. You're feeling like, you feel like you're mending and transforming, but you also feel a bit conflicted, but you also believe you are getting clear, gaining clarity, and you feel like, again, you're in charge of yourself here in the mundane, in the day-to-day tasks. I want to pull one of these cards for you. What do you feel like your true essence is, though? Where are you at with that? you know, your deepest part of yourself, you feel like, ooh, my goodness. Well, that's interesting because you get venom, and so I think you feel a little bit. Sometimes that's where that conflict comes in. Like maybe you feel like you can get a little bit angry and a little bit um toxic and venomous towards others that are, you know, kind of pissing you off. I think maybe what I'm trying to say is sometimes you focus on the negative things. Sometimes you focus on people who aren't in your life, who are in your life, who are giving you grief and giving you problems, and you can become quite angry, and you feel some anger within. So there's a conflict there between that anger and that peacefulness, between that spirituality and keeping you calm and balanced, and getting aggressive and angry within. And so you're mending that, I want to say, and you're looking at different relationships and you're healing them and you're mending. But you have that in there. You also could just feel like you're very fierce when it comes to protecting what you feel yourself and your life. So that's how you feel about yourself also, and you feel like you're a very nurturing kind of person also. So that's not too far off from how others see you. I don't think they see the conflict so much. I don't think they see the venomous parts, the angry parts, because you mask that well, is what I want to say. So, but really, it's very much in people. You are how you appear to be for the most part to others. So you probably don't really have a lot of confusions as to why, or maybe you do. You have confusions as to why some people respond to you the way they do, because you know that you are a spiritual and loving and kind person with a big heart, and you don't always understand why people respond to you and create that energy in you with that venom. Sometimes those with the purest hearts are the ones who people take advantage of, and that's why that creates that anger and stuff within. Now we're going to look at who you truly, truly are in your soul. And we have the self. You are very, very, you have done a lot of looking at yourself. So you are very aware of in many ways of who you are, as opposed to some people who very rarely try to look within. But here we have you pouring out this bucket, this bowl on her head of, I want to say, blessings, and connecting to your third eye there, connecting to that higher self. I can see by this reading in the cards that have come out, you're a very spiritual person. You are very, very spiritual, and very much you've done that introspective work. You've looked at your shadow. You've seen your mistakes. You've spent a lot of time in solitude. You need solitude in order to regain your energy. You're probably somewhat of an introverted, loner kind of person. Doesn't mean you're never sociable or anything, but that's how you recharge on your own. You spend a lot of time reading, probably. You're a reader, you learn, you like study. Your true essence is a blessing to those around you. If they would see you for who you truly are, you could be a true blessing to them. But some people are just not going to, is what I want to say. You're light. You're just light. You're a person full of light, full of love, full of wanting the best for others, wanting to connect with them. But in some ways, I want to say, because I saw that Venom card, there's people in your life who have taken advantage of you because you didn't stand up for yourself a lot, and like you went and cried in the corner, or just went in within to yourself and figured it out for yourself, and worked on yourself and didn't share that. I think you've done a lot of self-healing, self motivating, because you've done a lot with yourself, but you are empowered within yourself. Now, I want to say though that this may not always translate out. People do come to you and think those things. You do have your vulnerabilities, and you do have those confused parts of yourself, like I said, you're working on, but you're looking at it. You are looking at it, and you are going to figure it out. You're light. You're a star. You're light. Your soul is full of light. You came here to be a light. So sometimes I think you don't realize the impact you've had on others with that light, even if they don't act like it. You have had an impression. You do. You inspire others to be better, even people who've hurt you, because they realize they did, and they feel bad about it, and they want to be better, because they know that you're special, you're light, because you didn't retaliate, and you just continue to love them, and you continue to, even if from a distance, because you're just full of light, and you're not one of those, you're not a vengeful kind of person. You'll protect yourself with that Venom card there. You'll protect yourself if you need to, but you're mostly going to do your self-healing, your self-work, and you're not going to worry about people who aren't good to you, okay? And you will hope the best. You will hope for them to come into their own awareness of the things they do that are harmful to themselves and that kind of thing. So those are your messages. Those who chose file number 1. Hope those are interesting and helpful to you. Take care and be blessed. All right. Those who chose file number 2 with the Amethyst. We have the Pilgrim, and we have this card here for your soul card. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to read that later that's going to come later. First, we're going to look at how you appear to others. And as I said, this is not for you to be self-critical or change or feel you self-conscious. This is to help you understand how maybe others react to you. Sometimes others don't see us how we are, how we truly are. That's reversed, but I'm not doing reversed in these because it doesn't matter. Truthful, honest, positive. They see you as truthful and honest, and positive, and they see you as self-sacrificing, sacrificing for the needs of others. Let me put these over here. So that's how others see you. Others see you in a very positive way. They think you're a positive person. You're truthful. They trust you. They see you as a positive individual who they like to be around. That's what I'm getting. Like you lift their spirits up. They see you as someone clean and very neat and tidy. You might be someone who's very neat and tidy. Others notice that about you, that you like cleanliness and tidiness. You glitter. You could be someone who dresses well and keeps yourself looking nice, and because people see that of you too. But they also see you're withholding some things within. They see that. Okay, they see that they're not seeing all of you. They feel like you're keeping things close to the vest, that you don't open up as much maybe as some people would like you to. So that might be a little bit why some people might not want to, they don't say a lot to you that's too deep, or they don't pry because you don't offer information too clearly. So that makes some people uncomfortable and unapproachable. So while they enjoy you, they think you're positive, they think you're fun, they think you're honest, and you look good, and you like things clean. They might not understand a lot about you, so they're a little bit cautious around you, just not because they just don't know how to take you sometimes. There's a part of you that people just don't know how to take, is what I want to say. So how do you feel about yourself within, is what we're going to look at now. That's how others see you. You see yourself as having conflict, mental conflict. You see yourself as being disrupted, and you have disruptions within. You don't feel as positive, I don't think, as other people seem to think you are. I think you smile and put on a pretty face and a handsome face and a happy smile for others while you are not feeling necessarily so happy. You're tired. You need a rest. That's how you're feeling. You're feeling exhausted and tired, and not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. That's how you're feeling right now. If you chose pile number 2, people are not seeing that. They're seeing that there's something there that you're not talking about, but they're not seeing that you're indecisive about something. You're feeling like you're indecisive about some things. You're trying to make some decisions, and you're having trouble doing that. But you do rely on your higher power. You are connected spiritually. You do believe in some kind of higher power, and you are connected, and you are relying on that to help you to get through whatever this conflict and stuff is. But I think you are struggling and asking why things are the way they are. So at this time, this isn't how you always are, but it's how you are at this time. All right, I'm gonna pull some of this. I'm gonna pull this archetype card here for you. Yeah, you've got the flame in here. I think you feel passionately about wanting to figure out what is going on. I think you're confused about some of the ways you feel, and so you've been doing a lot of work within yourself. So you're seeing yourself as conflicted. You're seeing yourself as being disrupted. You're seeing yourself as tired and exhausted because you probably do too much for others, worry too much about others, and you're going within and looking in that mirror and seeing. I think you need to, because I don't think you're seeing. So the last reading was kind of really even, like how people see you. And they don't. This one was more. This one's more. You're not seeing yourself very much at all like other people see you. You're seeing yourself. Now, this doesn't mean this is who you are. This is how you're seeing yourself. People see you as positive. People see you as clean and shiny and looking good, and you're feeling kind of like a bit of a mess inside, is what I want to say. Wondering why, but you are still faithful and hopeful within. You do, you're strong, and you do count on your spiritual beliefs to get you through. Now we're going to look at your true essence here. You're the pilgrim, and this soul card is showing me that almost like splintered, almost like two souls in one body, you know. There's really two very definite sides of you, and that's causing you some conflict here. You're also seeking. You're a seeker here on this earth, in this life. You're seeking out the truth. You're seeking out your purpose. You're seeking out higher consciousness. There's wow, I actually want to say though, you're more in balance and aware of the dark and the light within yourself, okay? So that's what I want to say. And I just said that, and the balance card came out. So you're actually more in balance than you're giving yourself credit for, is what I want to say. I mean, there's things you need to work on, you know, because if you're feeling that way, obviously you don't want to feel that way, but you have a powerful soul and a powerful essence. Okay? I don't think you know it sometimes, is what I'm getting. And your crown chakra, you are very connected to the divine, to the higher self. You have energy pouring in through that higher realm of consciousness. You're probably really psychic. You probably know that. You're probably very empathic. You're probably very gifted in that way. But you're conflicted inside about some things in your emotions, I want to say. And that's how you're seeing yourself. You have gifts. You have gifts. And you want to share them with others. You do know you have gifts. I think you've been here many times before, is what I want to say. This is not your first go around. And your soul has been here many times before. It's been flexible and it's experienced many different kinds of lifetimes and things and experiences. That's why you're so connected. That's why you, but also some of that pain and stuff you might be feeling and all that inner conflict in your emotions might be residual from former lifetimes, and it's coming up in your brain and your mind, but you're not sure what it is, so you're asking why. You could have been a queen in another lifetime, for gosh sakes. You have a very powerful energy and a powerful essence and a powerful soul. It's an old soul. It's like a mountain, a strong, firm foundation. You have a very firm foundation deep within yourself, and you see the unseen. You're very gifted psychically, even if you don't feel like you are. You are, and I want to say you'd be encouraged here to develop those gifts for yourself. Your soul's passionate here. You've chosen to come back so many times because you just wanted to learn so much and see all sides of things and have all the experiences. It's taken you into battles. It's taken you into wars. It's taking you into being like a queen, and being impoverished. You've dealt with it all. Very privileged life, very poor life, very powerful life. You've had many, and so sometimes all those things get mixed up inside of you while you're trying to deal with this life. Sometimes I think you don't understand why things are going the way they are in your emotions, and that's why you're seeing yourself the way you are. But look, no, you are very connected. You are a very connected person, very old soul, very wise deep within. You have that. Work on your crown chakra, do meditations, and you will see that clearer for yourself, that you are in fact empowered and powerful and more in balance than you give yourself credit. And bring yourself more into balance in this life, in your emotions, because your soul is powerful old soul. So those are your messages. Take care and blessed be. Those who chose pile number 3 with Smokey Quartz, these are your cards you've picked, and this is your soul card here, and this is your archetype, the vessel, life-giving, life-affirming, motherly, energy. So we're gonna look at how others see you again, not to self-criticize, not to be self-conscious, just to see why sometimes we don't understand why people are reacting the way we are. We don't know what they see when they look at us. So this is just to help you to see. Doesn't mean you need to change anything or whatever. This is just how they see you. And then we're going to look at how you see you or what's going on within you. Then we're going to look at your true essence in your soul as we go along in this reading. All right. So others will see you as hopeful, giving others hope. You're very tempting. Others see you as a very tempting person, so you're probably very sensual, very sexy, and that kind of thing, and you like to have a good time. That's how other people see you, and they see you as being a positive, hopeful kind of person who likes to have a good time and very, very sexy. You have a sexual energy about you, so that's something that you're probably aware of, but that's how others see you. And they see you as someone who is busy and active and sexy and fun, changeable, someone who can do on the spur of the moment, spontaneous, and very poised. They see you as poised and graceful. So that's how other people see you. All right? That's mainly how other people see you. The fun one, the sexy one, the So that's the main thing people would probably say if they were asked about you. Now we're going to look at how you see you. How do you see you now? This is very different than some of the other readings. You see yourself as tired. That did come out in another reading. Let's try to get in here deep with these cards. Now keep your throat chakra. You are, well, you see yourself as someone who speaks their mind or is very expressive, and you can communicate well. You know that you are articulate and expressive. You feel that way about yourself. But you also feel like there's disruption within you. And you're focused a lot on the material and money. That's how you see yourself, as someone who's very focused on material and money. You sometimes you can be envious and not always tell the truth. So or you see yourself as that way. I think you're being too hard on yourself in some ways. Maybe a little white lie and you go, oh, I just told a lie, but that's because you have a conscience. But sometimes you feel like a lie's maybe okay to get yourself out of something and that kind of thing. But you see yourself as strong, as a strong partner, and a good friend, and someone who those who trust, those who you hold close to yourself can trust you. You see yourself as that way, but you can be deceptive, and you can be envious as well, and you can be materialistic. That's how you see yourself. Okay, you see yourself that way in some ways. So like I said, it doesn't mean you are necessary. It's like maybe you just have a conscience where you feel like you run away from things and you don't always deal with your problems. You feel like you're a runner. You feel like you're an avoider and a runner. You see yourself in conflict internally, and you like to avoid conflict. Yeah, you don't want to be in conflict. You want to avoid conflict. You see yourself as someone who's avoiding conflict, and you probably are. Okay. So, but you are very expressive, and we're going to look at your real soul, because I don't think you're seeing yourself. I get a feeling like maybe you're not really seeing yourself quite as clearly as you think you are, because I really feel like I feel like you have a conscience, and so when you do something a little deceptive or something, you feel really bad about it, because your soul here, this is you, very peaceful, calm, but there's all these different facets to yourself. I want to say you've had many lifetimes, and you've been many different people. You are a vessel of life here. That is your essence. You are life-giving, life-affirming kind of person. You love life. I'm sorry, I had to peek at the time on there. Hello. I want to say you're a mother, maybe a parent, a father, mother, but I want to lean more in the mother energy, or you just have a very maternal kind of, paternal, maternal instinct, and you like to care for others. You, you are here to enjoy this life. You want prosperity. You came here in this lifetime to be prosperous, enjoy life, and you focus more on material things in this go around, because that is something you've got a lot of ignited passions this time. What I want to say is you are here to enjoy this time around. You've had other lives, and I think you've had all kinds of different experiences and conflicts. And now in this life, this soul of yours wants to have fun. That's why you're enjoying the sensual pleasures. That's why you're out partying. That's why you're doing what you're doing. This might help you understand some of your own behaviors. This card came out again. So deception and envy. And heartache and loss. So Your soul's known heartache and loss in this life and other lives. And because of that, you have some envy of others who you feel have had better luck. I think you're a bit confused here. I think your soul knows, but your person, your consciousness here, that person you are here, is a bit confused as to your own behavior sometimes and your own envies and jealousies and things. You are a beautiful person from that first deck. People see you as sexy. You're here to co-create things with others. You're not here to be a lone wolf, so that's why you're out and about. You're here to build blocks, to build things in this world, to make things better in some way. For others around you, it doesn't have to mean the whole entire world. It just means for others around you. Maybe you're learning, maybe you're teaching people to have fun in some ways, or to be more open with their sensual side. Cause oops, I think your soul is more comfortable in some other areas, and this one's kind of being a little more difficult for you with the fast pace that it is. But you've jumped into that. You're just kind of blowing off steam here in this one, I think. But you are in a way serving humanity in the sense of, I think you're someone who helps people to free themselves and explore themselves and know themselves better in the sensual kind of way, in a fun kind of way. You're a person of the world. You were here to explore this world, be a part of it, enjoy more of the earthly pleasures, is what I want to say. In other lives, perhaps you were more spiritually minded, like a monk or something like that. And in this one, you're letting it loose, but your soul here is just here really to experience life, pleasure, joy. You want to bring life, pleasure, joy to others. Have fun and enjoy your time here. Maybe in this one, you're not worrying so much about things as you were in other, not as serious, because you just kind of want to have fun and enjoy yourself in this life. So you're here to bring fun and have the full human experience, all its warts and all the heartache and loss, all the jealousy and deception, all the things. And you're here to have that full, complete experience that you may not have had so much in some past lives. So I just want to say, yeah, you're a vessel of life here. You're full of life. You want to experience this life to its fullest in this time around, like a queen. Okay? Like someone who's in charge. And in some ways, though, in your human side, you may be holding on by a thread here. So there could be, things you create in this life that are going to be less than fabulous for you, because there's consequences to some of your actions. But that's what your soul's here to do. Experience those things to its fullest, is what I want to say. You're here completely this time around just to experience this planet and all it has to offer, all that being human has to offer. So those are your messages. Take care and be blessed.